I'm working on it.
Hey, and we're back. So we're arriving here at the location where I got this pretty sweet deal on a 1967-ish Case Construction King forklift. Pretty rare piece. So this one, they were trying to start it, had some carb issues, and the starter got stuck. While the machine was running, bearings got hot, exploded, broke the starter, and they kind of just gave up on it. So I figured it was something we could fix, get it back to the yard. They asked 2,000 for it, then dropped it to 1,000, and I finally ended up offering 500 bucks for it, and they bit. So me and my buddy got it on a tow truck, got it out of there. Hopefully it's nothing more than that, but we'll have to just dig into it and see what we can find. She's loaded, about to go. She's a heavy sucker on this tow truck, but we got her done. We're losing daylight. We're gonna take it slow back to the yard, see what we can make happen.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
All right, folks, we freaking made it. We made it back. Let me get this light together. We made it back, safe and sound to the yard. Got this thing where it needs to be. Tires took air. Amazing. Pump these tires up later. Got everything kind of propped up out of the dirt. Couple more things. Get the throttle linkage hooked back up. Get this oil changed, oil filter and all that back there. This right here needs the starter, and I'll be ready to go. Got a little something leaking from here. Don't know what that is. That's a tomorrow problem. All right, coming soon. All right, folks, so we are back at the Case 530 Construction King forklift. Here's how we left it. We need a starter. We need an oil filter. Put you down there. Starter and an oil filter, a battery, a few other things. Need to get this fuel linkage hooked back up for the choke. Yeah, so I think we're gonna start. Before we do much, I am going to start by, we're gonna put this oil filter in, because you gotta put the oil filter in first in order to have enough clearance to get that starter. The pretty cool part is, so what happened with this one is they used it around the farm all the time, and then they were rebuilding the carburetor, so they were having some starting issues, and they kept starting it. Then some genius tried to start it while it was running. The starter got stuck in the flywheel, and they left it running. The starter bearing seized up, and then boom, starter exploded, broke the head off. Luckily, we don't have any broken teeth on the flywheel. That's everything. So freaking starter though, $400. So that definitely brought me back to almost 1,000. Oil change stuff, had to change the oil filter at least, because they took the old filter out and rainwater got in it. So here's what we're looking like. for the new starter. Anybody that's got one of these late 60s Construction Kings, this one found on eBay, 5246N, and I'll give you the in the description, I'll give you the OEM part number so that you can find it. Look at that. I said what I needed to do and I didn't even listen to myself. So I was supposed to put the starter in first, but instead I put the oil filter on first. So I feel like it should be a pretty decent machine. You know, fingers crossed, probably not supposed to say that at this juncture, but new plugs, wires, distributor cap, all of that. Let's see what we got going on in here. Looks like all right, I'm back. Dead battery. Had to take that oil filter back out. We had to loosen that hydraulic hose right there to get enough spacing right here to get that up in there. So right now, I'm about to put the rest of these bolts in there, then go ahead and throw that oil filter back in, and we'll move to the next step after that. Set you guys up so you can see. All right, now let's put this oil filter back in. Let's get that for the longest time. Let's tighten back up this hydraulic hose. Alright, let's find oil drain plug somewhere. Don't look milky, I don't think. Let's see. It's definitely got some water in it, but not a ton. So we'll let that drain out and refill it. All right, so it looks like there's a little bit of sludge in the bottom, but nothing major. So we're gonna change the oil once, put some good oil and some Lucas engine treatment in it, and then we're gonna run it for about 20-30 hours, and then we'll change it again. Maybe less than that if I get around to it. Make sure you don't under tighten or over tighten this pan bolt, because you don't want to be buying a new pan, especially on a piece of old equipment where you probably can't find it anymore. Yeah, I know. I should be using the right size wrench. Alright. I'm gonna call that good. Now let's refill. Not changing the oil filter, and 5 quarts if you are. So we're gonna do 4 still, and then check it, and go from there. Make sure you clean your funnel. Last thing you want to do is put some BS in your engine when it can be avoided. We'll go ahead and put all 5 in there. For overfill, I'll just drain a little out.
What kind of oil did you use?
This is 520. So the book called for SAE 20. Of course, we didn't have access to SAE 20 right now, so did a little bit of research, and this machine will be used in both summer and winter. So this is a good variable to sustain both the cold and the warmth of the summer. All right, so right now I am checking the oil. The dipstick looks a bit raggedy, so you know it's going to be an approximation. But it looks like we are 3/4 of the way to the full mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to still get one more quart, but I'm going to start it and let the engine run for a little bit, shut it down, then check it again just to make sure we're at good levels. All right, folks, so we are getting the battery installed. Had to make a run to go get one. All right. That's sitting right here. Let's put this. Now let's take a look around the machine and see what we're missing. So we're definitely missing this choke cable here, folks. Trial and error. Choke, no choke. Choke, no choke. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's check these fuel lines. All right, we know that this air breather is off. Know that. We know that these are tightened up. Throttle cable. All the battery components. I'll leave the fuel off for a moment. Battery's hooked up like it's supposed to be. We've got oil. Everything's tight. Well, folks, let's see if we can get it to just bump over. Moment of truth. Aha, got it to turn. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this fuel on. Right there like that. And I'm gonna give it a little bit of ether just to make sure we got some spark in this thing. Turn the choke on. Ha ha ha, she's got fire. Get that fuel pump. Half throttle. Let's give her a little bit more ether. But we're gonna put this jump pack on there just so I can make it spin over a little faster. All right, folks, I think the carburetor needs to be adjusted inside. I think the float is letting too much fuel in. That's why it's dripping. So we're gonna turn that off and then drop this carburetor. So right here I am, just got this carburetor apart, checking it out, seeing what I can see. I want to make sure all the jets are clean inside while I have it open. I like spinning them backwards first, let it seat itself. That way you make sure you don't cross thread any of those really delicate bolts. I don't see anything else on here that needs attention. Let's look up in here. So the way these carburetors were made, they were supposed to, this float controls how much fuel gets in there. I think we were overfilling it, so I bent this down some so it'll shut off flow faster. And we will see how that helped, if it helped at all. Harder ones in first in the back. I'll show you guys in just a moment. Choke goes through there, up into that. Tighten this one down first. Choke where it needs to be, it's all the way off. Okay. That's that and that. Let's see what we got, baby. Let's go ahead and turn this fuel back on, let it flow. And let's see.
This thing start.
I'm working on it. Right in there, baby. Crazy. So let's get a little more footage of this bad boy. See that? New starter, oil filter, plugs, wires, rotor, cap, fuel filter in there. Need to make sure I get some hose clamps, brand new battery. All of my cylinders work. I was gonna say no leaks, but just a little leak right there. Not the end of the world. Need some new lights. Think I got some of those. I need to adjust this carburetor. Let's see. Let's see what it. Yeah. 1967. All right, folks. Tomorrow's another day.